He comes alive on the water and in the water, and he thinks preserving these waters is essential to our future and our planet. And the key to the mission is the young, to educate them about the importance of our environment. Some people call Jeremy Rogers an adrenaline junkie, but he channels that energy to safeguard what he treasures around the world, in his own backyard, and the natural Tallahassee that inspires him.
We are excited about North Florida and water of all things. You probably wouldn't think about it, but water is probably Florida's most valuable natural resource. And it's our mission to inspire these kids to care. And these kids are going to inspire other kids why they should care. And through our programming, we're going to make that happen. So what the Tallahassee Adventure Club is, we provide outdoor adventure and environmental programming to at-risk youth, special needs kids, and their families. And so it's super important that we're providing this type of programming, because in the at-risk neighborhoods, a lot of these kids have never even seen the ocean. They've never been to a beautiful place like where we are at Lake Hall. When you come from this kind of background, it's noisy. And so they don't ever get a chance to just be and think. I mean, it's just stimuli, 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 stimuli. Our kind of thing is to get them out into nature so they can just chill for a second. And sometimes it takes a few classes for them to actually grasp that. But once they do, you start to see the smiles and you start to see a lot of the guard coming down and them just really embracing nature. What people don't really realize is that Florida is just so much more than white sand and Disneyland. The interior here is amazing. You can just absolutely have a Florida safari. I mean, you could see eagles, you could see snakes, raccoons, turtles, you name it, all in an afternoon. That is so unique, and we wanted to be able to show children in our community that may have never seen the ocean or been on a river or anything like that, how beautiful it is and why they should want to protect these areas. So we designed a program called Protecting Florida's Waterways. So we were sponsored by Patagonia for this program and Lululemon, and we brought quite a few big names on board, and what we did was design an 8-week-long course where we took them canoeing, kayaking, we take them rock climbing, we take them sailing, we do beach cleanups. But not only are we just taking these kids here, we're bringing out scientists in the FWC to talk about the threats and the jobs that are available to them. I mean, these are children that would never think about being a water conservationist. So that's what we did by just exposing them to that. So this summer we did a special project. We had a private donor come in and he said that he wanted to give 10 kids the summer camp of their dreams. And so what we did between all the organizations is we took them to Wakulla Springs Lodge where they got to do the glass bottom boat tour. We took them rock climbing at the FAMU Rec Center. We also took them to the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge where they went out there and they had a whole biology lesson and a lot of fun as well. And the majority of the kids had never even been to any of these places. What an awesome opportunity God's given me and my team to share the natural world with these children. It's no secret, I came from a super challenging background. My father was killed before I was born. I was adopted twice, and I mean, the list just goes on. And you know, I was able to kind of make it out of there by the help of, you know, my best friend's parents and my grandparents. And I just was able to put one foot in front of the other. And I just decided when I was 18 years old that I was gonna never look back from that. I was never gonna use that as an excuse. And kind of how I dealt with all of that as an adult was through travel and adventure. I mean, I served our country in the United States Navy and I worked aboard the flight deck of the Kitty Hawk. So I saw 14 countries before I was 21, so adventure got going right away. After I got out of the Navy, I spent a lot of time in our national parks in Montana, Alaska, and California. Then when I moved here, I decided that I wanted to set a healthy and constructive goal. And so I set the goal to climb the 7 summits. And so what that is the highest peak on each continent, and I'm 4 down. So I've done Kosciuszko in Australia, I've done Kilimanjaro in Africa, I've done Mount Elbrus in Russia, I've done Aconcagua in South America, and I got 3 pretty big ones left. I got Denali, Vincent, and Everest. So just climbing mountains, it's my therapy, I guess. I didn't have much of a childhood, unfortunately. And I know through working with the fire department and working in these neighborhoods that there's kids out there that are struggling just like I did. So this is just something I have to do. I just feel like I was put on earth to inspire others and get them to spend time in nature. I believe that with all my heart and soul.